If I could go back in time 25 years ago to when I first started taking pictures, these are the 3 pieces of advice I would give myself to improve my photography much quicker. My name's James, I'm a portrait photographer from Portsmouth in the UK. Welcome to my studio, and these are the 3 pieces of advice I would give to someone new starting in portrait photography. These are the 3 mistakes that I would want you to avoid. Say hi to Zoe, everyone. Zoe's going to be joining us here. It's fortunate that I didn't come in wearing that skirt today, because that's exactly the skirt I was going to wear. Probably not going to use that either. Okay. Hi everyone, and we're going to be taking some portraits of Zoe, and we're going to be highlighting the mistakes that I think a lot of photographers make when they start on their journey and how you can avoid them. The first mistake I think a lot of photographers make is they try and overcomplicate lighting. When I first got into my first studio, I saw there was a plethora of lights in this high street studio back in 2004. There were so many different lights that I could use that I wanted to use them all, and I wanted to use all the modifiers and all the gels and all the gobos and all the snoots and all the grids and all the soft boxes and all the bare bulbs and everything I could get myself, everything I could get my hands on. And it didn't improve my photography. I was overcomplicating things. I was always reminded of what my granddad said to me when I first bought a car. He said, you want a car with as few things that can go wrong with it as possible. Therefore, when things do go wrong, it can only be a certain number of things. And I think that about lighting, which is why predominantly a lot of my work actually comes from just a single light setup, just a 1 light setup. And the 1 light we're going to be using for this workshop today is this one up here. It's the Elinchrom 3, completely wireless, this light, USB-C chargeable, and it connects to the transmitter on top of my camera so I can control it. And we're using a very simple octabox here. I'll put the size up here because I don't know roughly what size it is. It's roughly 85 centimeters. It's good for half-length portraits, I would say, which is good for Zoe today because we're going to be shooting half to full-length portraits here with the full ring gear behind. The other thing I'm going to be utilizing here is a C-stand. Always use a C-stand in my shoots because it's a nice heavy C-stand, less likely to have accidents, especially when we drop a couple of weights on it, just like that, just over the legs. Those weights will sit there, help weigh it down and help minimize any accidents in the studio. And by using this 1 light, I'll know how to control my portraits, how to control everything within the shot. And I know that if something isn't working in terms of the catch lights or the highlights or shadows coming across the face or tones or all those sorts of things, I know that it's only one thing that's messing up. It can only be this light. So I know that I need to change a modifier, change a power setting, change the direction of it, and it'll help sort that out. And then if I want to, I can start building lights from there. But still 25 years into my career, I'm still learning how to use 1 light and how to use it for the best possible portraits. Mistake number 2 is a lot of new photographers don't consider the background they're shooting in. And what a background gives us is distracting elements within a frame that distract us from the subject. Largely portraits are about the person within the portrait. And in this instance, the shot we'll be taking with Zoe here will be some sort of fashion portrait because we're showing off this amazing ring gear that's had a ton of investment in it, loads of detail in it, and we want to make it look amazing, right? Okay, so with this simple lighting setup here, if we were to bring Zoe closer to us here and if we were to take our first picture, we've measured all the lights out so we know everything's working, but if you do want to know the settings that we're using, we're shooting on a Canon R6, 24-105 lens, transmitter on the top, and we're shooting in manual mode, 160th of a second, around about f11 on this one, and ISO 100. We're going to be taking the first shot here, just having a look at Zoe. She's just going to pull a very simple pose here for us, just in here. 3, 2, 1, go. And if we take this shot here, we can see we got a cool. We didn't blink. Zoe thought she blinked. She didn't blink. That's the thing, actually. Come here, let's have a look at that. A lot of people will think that they blink when you're taking their portraits, particularly if they're new in studio or they don't have their portrait taken a lot. You do blink when you see a great big flash, it happens like that, but you tend to blink just after the flash has hit, and just after the flash has hit, it's too late. It's fine, because the camera's already taken the photograph. So blinking just after the portrait is completely natural, and it's always good to reassure your clients or your models or whoever you're working with that that's absolutely normal, absolutely fine, everybody does it, and it doesn't make for a bad picture. It's lucky that we're tethering in here so that we can see the images nice and big on the screen. But in this image here, we can see that these reflector panels that we've put in the background are providing distracting elements within the frame as well as that line on our background wall where the plasterboard doesn't quite meet the ceiling. I haven't considered my background. There's distracting elements within that. So to change that, I like to simplify backgrounds. I like to do things a little bit more simply. We could move these boards away just like this, really easily. We could come back a little bit so that we're shooting on a longer focal length. That last one there, just short of 50mm, around about 45mm on this one, so quite a wide focal length there. We're gonna zoom in a little closer, get up to around about 85mm, and just go a little bit further back and take the same picture of Zoe here. 3, 2, 1, go. And we see that we've removed all of the distracting elements from the background, so that we've just got a very simple shot of Zoe coming up here with the plain grey background behind. Nothing coming out of heads, nothing doing anything like that. So even if you're shooting outside, even if you're not shooting with flashlight like me, consider your background. And a good way to blur out backgrounds that are a little bit distracting is to open up your aperture outside and shoot on a long focal length. That way, any distracting elements in the background are going to get blurred out. But in studio, we have full control. In this studio here, we have our Colorama backdrops up at the top here. I'm going to bring this one down here. It's my sort of neutral, natural green backdrop as it nearly gets Zoe. There we go, she's going to give us a hand with that, that's cool. And this green backdrop is going to work in unison with the outfit that Zoe's wearing. This isn't a complementary colour scheme, this is an analogous colour scheme where all of the colours fit on that sort of quarter of the colour wheel. So we've got lots of pinks that are acting as the complementaries within the outfit, so I want them to come off of the outfit. But in this instance, the green is going to be working with the green in the outfit. And by dropping down this backdrop and eliminating everything in the background, I can now get back in nice and close. I'm going to stand this way just a little bit. I can get in nice and close, get a little bit wider with the aperture, work in a small space, and 3, 2, 1, go. Take that shot there that looks simple and has balance and has no distractions in the background. Number 3, the third mistake that a lot of new photographers make when they get into photography is that they get obsessed with gear, obsessed with lenses, obsessed with the latest bodies, obsessed with the latest flashes, obsessed with every accessory that you can actually get. In my mind, the investment in photography, if you don't have a lot of disposable income to invest in what you're using, I would invest in lenses, because there are still lenses that I bought over a decade ago that I still use in my day-to-day work. Bodies tend to come out more regularly than lenses. Lenses still maintain their quality over time. So if you have a little bit to invest, you're not sure where to invest it, I'd be looking at getting the right lens for you. And if you want to know what the right lens is for you, drop a comment below and I'll see if I can answer as best as I can. For this shoot here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting this thing here. Released in 2006, nearly 20 years ago, this is the Canon EOS 400D. And this is the first time I invested in a camera. I went online to like an eBay store where they did refurbishments on eBay, and I bought this for about half the retail value. You can get them now. The cheapest I saw it online, I did a test about 10 minutes ago before we came on and recorded this video. Oxfam had these in their charity shop, and you can buy this with a lens for £30, battery included, completely working. It's one of the original EOS series, and I've just got the kit lens on here. So it's an 18 to 55 lens. It comes with the body. It's got its original pop-up flash that I think still works. Let's have a look at that there. There we go, pop-up flash. I'm not going to use that, we're going to pop that down there. But we're going to change our transmitter from my camera there. We're going to pop it on here, and we're just going to set the manual exposure on here, set it to manual, ISO 100, round about f11 again, 160th of a second, exactly the same settings as I had in my Canon R6 there. The retails for over £2,000. Let's just see what sort of shot we get here with Zoe in there. See if I can remember how to use it. 3, 2, 1, go. And largely, it's busy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. What is that?
That's the shot there. So we'll be able to put it up on the screen for you because I can't tether on this one. I didn't want to tether 2 units at the same time. But it's like light and photography is about drawing with light. And once you understand how to use light, and then once you understand how to compose in a frame, which is how you understand how to control your background as much as your foreground, and then once you learn with portraits, people skills, making people feel comfortable and getting characters from your portraits, you can elevate your photography to the next level, irrespective of what gear you have, even if it's a 20-year-old camera that you can pick up for £30 from a charity store. We're going to take some shots here as Zoe. We're going to pop them up and see what we can get out of this little thing. I've put a 1 gig card in, and it can take up to 57 photos, which is exciting. I'm going to take it on the green background, see what happens. I'm going to pop up after this. If you've liked this video, you can leave a comment below. Let us know if you've got any questions about gear. Leave it below, or what photo was your favourite. Zoe, what else can they do to help us out here? Bring Zoe forward. Let's have a look.
Can they like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe. All the best.